Hello again. I did something today I haven't done since the pandemic, since before the pandemic, I should say, which was to get together with a dear friend and colleague and play duets, just cause. We're not preparing for a concert. Neither one of us is preparing for any sort of work. We certainly were not to impress each other. As a matter of fact, that should never be your reason to play. That's always a byproduct. At least that's where I'm coming from, because that can kind of trip up your head, yeah. But the point is, we got together just to play. Play. Um, Chick Corea put that in the preface to the folio of his children's songs, and he said, we musicians say that we play music. We play. It's fun. Remember fun? and I always thought that lyric from Steely Dan's Deacon Blues was always a little curious when he says, "I want to learn to work the saxophone." Do you ever find yourself saying, "I work the saxophone"? You play the saxophone, you play the flute, you play the clarinet, etc. So it's important that you do this because for a whole number of reasons. First of all, it's just fun to make music with your friends, especially if you're starting to feel a little stale in the practice room, or if you're feeling a little bit stressed, and because you have a lot of literature to learn, let's say for school or for an upcoming performance, and you're thinking, well, I should really be taking that time to practice those things some more. Taking a half hour or even an hour or even just a few minutes if that's possible to play with somebody else or just for fun, even by yourself. But we're not talking about playing alone with playing long records. We're talking about other human beings. That gives you a resource in which to tap when maybe you're in a situation that isn't so much fun, because then you become bulletproof. You do this enough times. If you have a situation, as I was today, with somebody who I really trust and really enjoy just being with, as I say, we laughed a lot, and who's playing I know so well that, and who knows my playing so well that, there's nothing to show each other except to celebrate the things that were reminders as to why we loved playing together in the first place, back when we used to work a lot together, and hopefully will again one day. So, uh, as I say, if you're in school, it's easy because there's people all around you who could probably use a little break. And if you don't have such a person in your life and you're not in school, get some, cultivate them. And if there are people you don't know that well, it's a good way to make a good friend. And if things feel a little funny, well, then that's not the right person, and you keep moving on. But most people who are willing and open to doing such things tend to have the same attitude. And so I highly recommend that you make this part of, if not your day every day, because that's a little impractical. Depending on your situation, it might not be. Again, school, whatever. Um, at least make it part of your week, and make it a couple times a month, just because it's fun. Fun. We can't. Don't ever lose sight of your fun, no matter how intense your playing situation is, or no matter how high level. Because again, on a more cynical note, if you're that person that's a lot of fun to play with and to be around, you're going to be getting to work. But this is not why we do this. We do it for ourselves, to remember our sense of fun, but that becomes a byproduct. That's the little mind trick. Yeah. The focus is to just have a good time and to remind yourself why you got into this whole music thing, and not something sensible in the first place. And that's a joke, because I think it's very sensible. I don't think there's a loftier or more worthy thing in life than to pursue something that's both fun and beautiful, and spreads that to other folks. Remember that every time you pick up your instrument, it is a reflection of your true self. You cannot hide behind that instrument. So if you're a person who has developed, or at least has a sense of fun, I mean, we are complex people. We have a lot of emotions. Uh, Again, that's going to translate to your audience, and they're there. You know, I don't know. What do you think? I think you should just go find a friend and go do some cool stuff. That's what we did today. We both played literature, things that she hadn't played before. I'm sorry, that I hadn't played before, but always wanted to or hadn't heard of, like this piece by Villalobos for flute and a clarinet, or we neither of us had ever played these pieces by Gary Shocker. It was called Lovebirds. It's really cute, by the way, but um, it doesn't mean we're not accomplishing stuff. As I say, one of the things we celebrated was our blend, and got to explore, because she's trying new head joints. The Villalobos gave her a chance to play her new A clarinet, which she hadn't had a chance to play with anyone because she bought it right before, just as the pandemic hit. So there you go. So that way I got to be another set of ears and for her, and she got to see how it felt to play it with somebody else before taking it out to work, whatever that might be. But now anything else, I'm gonna start repeating myself, and I really want to know what you think.